Yo, thank you guys for being here. It's your boy Skiiwalker the Jedi back at y'all with another one. We are here on the Skiiwalker Games Show, talking about the Xbox Games Showcase 2024, people. Gonna give y'all some thoughts and predictions. Man, y'all already know I'm huge Xbox fan. Been Team Xbox ever since that OG Fat Duke controller. Right? Back since the first time I ever played Halo. That is a core memory for me, you dig? First time I ever touched the Xbox, I played Halo and spent the night at the homie house all night with my little bro till we beat that game. Core memories, you dig? LAN parties. Right? Oh man, you just can't beat it. So excited to be here talking about these predictions and stuff that I think is coming up in this Xbox Games Showcase tomorrow morning, which I will be reacting live to that. So hopefully some of y'all tap in with me. Ain't gonna be here too long, but I'm gonna just give y'all some thoughts about what I think is gonna happen. You dig? About what I think is gonna happen. So I want to start by saying, first of all, this is a huge year for Xbox, with Sony really kind of removing their name from the hat and saying, yo, we ain't got nothing for the rest of the year, right? Like once that happened, it's like, man, you know, you hear people screaming, talking about ain't no good games coming out. I'm like, ain't no PlayStation games coming out. I've been eating good as an Xbox fan, right? Not only did we finish up this year strong with stuff like Alan Wake and stuff, which, you know, obviously wasn't in exclusive, but I was playing the hell out of that game, you know, still been on some other stuff as well. But even earlier this year, right, with Hellblade 2, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait, first of all, that just dropped. And you got people talking about they ain't gotten to play already. I'm like, I know y'all ain't got Game Pass. That's y'all fault. That's y'all fault for not holding it down and picking the right side. But it ain't too late though. Like it's still time to get on the train. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't have to be losers. Yeah, but in all reality though, I do think that this is a good time for Microsoft to be able to come out and really put their foot to Sony's neck. Like these past few years, it's always been like, oh, this is the year where it's going to be, you know, a great showing. I think they've had some great showings these past couple years, personally. But obviously, unless it's like ultra perfect in every single way, you're going to have people in the games media that's going to pick it apart and try to find every little thing that they can wrong with it, right? So, but I do think that this is the year where they know that they gotta almost be perfect, and especially with Sony dropping the ball in that huge way, and with Call of Duty coming to Game Pass this year, man, I think, yo, it is a grand opportunity here for them to really make a lot of headway, right, in terms of favorability with the fan base and you know, make these as the homie King David say, pork bacon ponies. You dig? Shout out to King David too. But man, let's get to some of these predictions though. I just want to go over a few games that I think is going to be there, and I'm gonna get, you know, to the final thoughts and everything else at the end. But what I first wanted to talk about is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, yo. I think that this game is definitely going to be there. I think it's going to show up in a big way. We had the developer direct earlier this year, right, where this game was really showing off at, and I think it was a very great showing, and it was pretty much like the highlight of the developer direct for the most part. And I think that people walked away from this thing really wanting to play this game and not even really believing that it's going to drop this year, but I believe it is. I don't think that this game is going to move at all. I think people is wishing that this game moves because they feel like, it's just going to be too much of a good thing if this thing ends up dropping for Xbox. You know what I'm saying? But I think that this game is going to show up in a really big way. It is a first-person shooter. The graphics look fantastic. The way that Indy be controlling the whip, just the whole way that this trailer really showed up right at that developer direct was crazy. I mean, even if you look at this little scene here, I mean, this feels straight out of an Indiana Jones film. I think that they did a wonderful job of capturing the feel of the movies, right? And there were some people that was bummed out that, it's not going to be a third person. I want to see Indiana, right? First of all, I think that they're really looking to differentiate this thing from what's the name of that game? Uncharted, right? And one way that you can definitely do that is by actually being Indiana Jones and just changing the perspective in that kind of way, right? So just if you look at the pedigree of Machine Games, who has been behind such franchises like Wolfenstein, and they've been working on this thing. Like the last thing that they put out was in like 2019, so we're in 2024 now. This game has been in development for probably about 5 years. I think that it probably is going to be the year that we're going to see this game and actually be able to get our hands on it and play it. And I definitely think that that this developer direct, or is that this game showcase is going to be a place where this game is going to show up in a great way. So be on the lookout for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle for us to find out a lot more about this game. We might even get a release date or a release window. I'm pretty certain of that. I think is that's one reason why we're even going to be getting a look at this game right now. If we don't get some kind of release window, I would be a bit worried, because that'd be kind of weird, But if they better announce something, and I'm really looking forward to this game and seeing what else that it's going to bring later in 2024. So that's Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Definitely going to be looking forward to that being there in a huge way. Next, right? We got a franchise that is very near and dear to my heart. Gears of War 6. You know what I mean? Man, what a game, right? Gears of War is one of those franchises that I think it gets a lot of hate and pushback just because people haven't really gotten to experience it that aren't really on the Xbox platform, and they might not have any interest in it. But to us Gears fans, man, this franchise has given us so much entertainment over these years, and Gears 5 was a fantastic game, and the fact that game didn't even get nominated for a Game of the Year in, was it 2019? I believe it came out. It's still one of the biggest travesties that I've ever seen. But in terms of Gears of War 6, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this game making some kind of appearance at the Xbox Games Showcase 2024. But not only just that, I wanted to touch on something first, is that what I'm certain of is that we better be getting some kind of announcement for the Marcus Phoenix collection, right? That's what I'm really, really, really looking forward to. Us being able to tap in with some of them older emotions, right? And be able to experience that Gears trilogy in the proper context and with some modern graphics and things like that, right? That Gears trilogy is definitely something that has sat near and dear to my heart. And those first three games are perfect. The story is perfect. The gameplay is perfect. Still one of the only franchises that made me cry, with Gears of War 3. You know what I'm saying? The lead up to the release of that game was perfect. When they put if they had put out a beta, that's one of like the first games that had like a really big beta too on consoles. And when the game came out, it was just so buttery smooth, man. And I'm really looking forward to us getting some kind of Marcus Phoenix collection announcement with those first three games, possibly Judgment. But I'm only going to really hold it true that those first three games absolutely have to be remastered. We need to experience those games with all of the modern amenities and all that stuff. So, but going back to Gear 6 though, I'm really looking forward to us getting something from this game. I dug the story in Gears of War 5 a whole lot, man. And I really do wish that they accommodate both endings, man. Because if there was a choice that you had to make at the end of that game, and I just really kind of hope that there's no canon ending and that we really can get the story to play out with both characters, it depending on who you picked. I think that would be super dope. This game has been in development for a very long time, so that's what I'm hoping that we get. I think that this game is probably going to be coming out next year, with the Marcus Phoenix collection hopefully dropping this year. Yeah, I got all the faith that this game is going to look fantastic. Gears of War, just in and of itself, has always been a technical showcase game where the graphics are always kind of like out of this world. And I really think that with them porting this game over to Unreal Engine 5, and them even saying, hey, you ain't seen nothing yet when it came to Hellblade. I mean, that's some big words, because I don't know, like Hellblade 2 was one of the most spectacular looking things that I've ever seen. So for them to be putting down a gauntlet like that, it really means that they probably sitting on something special, and I cannot wait to see this game, and hopefully it's there. But I think that these two projects are most likely definitely going to be there. Right now, next, right, we got my last prediction for what's going to show up, or what has to show up, in my opinion, right, is another game that I'm super looking forward to, and I really can't wait to see what they do with this thing, and that is Perfect Dark, man. Perfect Dark. I have been a huge fan of this game. First of all, I got mad hours as a youngin' with GoldenEye 64, obviously, as everybody from around my age group does, right? We all got mad hours in GoldenEye. So, for those that might not even know, GoldenEye 64, I believe it was over a licensing issue, but Rare, they went ahead and they didn't want to, pay all them fees for the sequel, right? So they went and made an unlicensed sequel to GoldenEye. It was called Perfect Dark, and it was one of the greatest first-person shooters ever. Like, I think it was better than GoldenEye, right? I mean, obviously it was the sequel, so they had a whole lot of the guns, and they had just like upgraded them, and it was like some future sci-fi spy thriller kind of stuff where they had all these crazy weapons, and it was like this crazy political story, and yeah, it was just all that, and it was super, super dope. The guns were like very, very creative. They had stuff called like a laptop gun, and in multiplayer you could just like you would pick it up and it was like a briefcase, and you could throw it on the wall, and it would just like turn into a turret that would just shoot anybody else that would walk in the room. You had a gun that could see through walls and was one-shotting people. Like, it was just such a fun game, and I'm really, really looking forward to this franchise coming back. Can't wait to see it. Perfect Dark was announced to be the Initiative's first game in 2020. This studio was actually Microsoft's response pretty much to Sony Santa Monica, right? Because I've worked in Santa Monica. It's such a wonderful place. So the weather is always fantastic. Vibes are on 10. It's just a whole lot of beautiful people. And Microsoft's like, hey, why don't we, kind of create the Avengers of game developers and try to really push the whole genre forward, and let's do a game called Perfect Dark, right? So this was revealed in 2020, and we have not seen anything from this game since then, right? Like, we have not seen anything. We have not heard a peep. It was made clear that there was going to be Crystal Dynamics coming in and really helping with this project, who is the developers behind the recent Tomb Raider game. So you know what their pedigree is, but they're coming in to assist with the development. So this is a collaboration between these two studios, and I am so excited, man, because I really do think that this game has the potential to really, really push the first-person shooter genre forward. They said they're going for more of like almost like a GoPro quality type situation where it just has that level of feel of realism. And with this being from a studio that started off as a whole lot of the Avengers of gaming pretty much put together, I'm sure that some of that stuff had to still be in this game. And see, I even think that might have been a shot at like a laptop gun right there. But yeah, I am just really, really, really looking forward to playing this game. I do think that this is a situation where it's either going to be the first game shown or it's going to be the last game shown, right? I don't think that there's any kind of in between. It's either going to be like a showstopper to because look, everybody is waiting to see this game. There's been a whole lot of rumors about it going through development hell, and we're just here kind of waiting on pins and needles to really get a good look at what this game and what it's going to look like. So I'm all here for it. I'm very, very excited to see this game, and hopefully we should be getting a look at this thing tomorrow, right? And last but certainly not least, I wanted to touch on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and let you guys know where I'm at with that situation. I am a Call of Duty fan. It is one of my more like, it's not my favorite franchise, but it's in my top 10, for sure. So I always love to get a good game in this series. This is the longest developed Call of Duty game ever, with them pretty much putting out Black Ops Modern Warfare 3 last year, which seemed to be like a glorified DLC almost, from what I've heard. This game seems to be looking to really bring back Call of Duty to its prominence and where it should be in terms of the hierarchy in first-person shooters. It is going to be launching directly into Game Pass day one, so I think that we're going to see a huge uptick in terms of like player count, all that stuff, because everybody is going to be on this thing, man. Everybody is going to be looking to play this game, and I really do think that that we are going to be looking at something big here. This one is developed by Treyarch, who does the best zombies, and they make some of the best games, period, which usually are the Black Ops games, right? So they seem to be touching on some crazy subjects that we really haven't been addressing in video games lately. So I'm also looking forward to that and seeing how they're going to handle it. The whole marketing campaign has been fire, and like I said, with this thing dropping straight into Game Pass, I think it's going to be a problem this year. You dig? So be on the lookout for what we're going to be getting from Call of Duty Black Ops 6, more Adler and all that stuff. Can't wait. Right now, finally, let's get to my final thoughts and predictions. I think that this show is going to be fantastic, y'all. I think that there is so much on the line in terms of like mind share and market share and all that. Microsoft can really make a huge dent in this so-called dominance, because you guys see that it be all these media outlets capping for Sony and inflating the console sales by including like PSVR 2s and all that. And I'm like, bro, like, we just kind of see what happens. But I think that we're kind of reaching a tipping point where once a lot of these things start coming out, because with Microsoft having so many studios, they can really allow these games to fully mature, right? And it's been all this time that these games have been cooking, and people have been kind of laughing and trying to make jokes. But it's like, okay, but what happens when all these games start coming out? And that's what seems to be happening right now, right? All these games are starting to come out. So I think that, it's really going to be a problem. Not only do I think that Indiana Jones, Gears of War 6, and Perfect Dark are going to show up, but I think we might get something from Halo. I think we're going to get something from Avowed, right? Fable might be there. Forza might show up. What if they drop a Forza Horizon trailer and that game is in Tokyo, Japan, or whatever? Like, it's gonna light shit on fire. Pardon my French, right? So I really do think that we are at a state where these games are about to start hitting. They're really about to start getting into their cadence in terms of releases, and with them having so many studios and even still being in a place to even acquire more, right? This is a dangerous spot for Sony to be in. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You know what I mean? But look, I think that this show is going to be a 10 out of 10. That is my expectations. People talking about temper your expectations. Like I already know there's gonna be some stuff there that I don't care about. There's always some stuff there, right? You know, I'm not really into JRPGs like that. It's a lot of games that I'm not really into that kind of stuff. So I don't even mind that stuff being there. But as long as they give me what I want, which are these, you know what I'm saying, like big budget bangers, right? And games that's gonna hold my interest and stuff that I can really sink my teeth into and value that they can bring to me as a consumer, that's all that I'm really worried about. So my expectations are through the roof. I will be here covering it tomorrow morning live, so make sure you guys tap in. Can't wait to have these conversations, and we'll see how right or wrong that I was. You know, this is a cool like little time capsule. But yo, I will get up with y'all tomorrow, and I'll see y'all then. Y'all have a good one. It's your boy Skiiwalker. Like,